Hi all, welcome to the new video. Today the day is May 10. May 10 is considered to be World Lupus Day. So what is this lupus? Lupus is actually the term, it is from the Latin, it is considered to be wolf. So but the symbol, it is the symbol what we see is the symbol of a butterfly. Okay. And the World Lupus Day is also told as Purple Day. The World Lupus Day was created where it was put forward or bought by the Lupus Canada in the year 2004 to raise the awareness regarding this disease. It was a lesser known disease because the manifestations, the clinical symptoms, the manifestations of the presenting symptoms are vague. There are a lot of things. So it is a disease of 1,000 faces, you can say. A disease of 1,000 faces considered to be the lupus. More commonly, there are different types of lupus. We have systemic lupus erythematosus, we have cutaneous lupus erythematosus, we have drug-induced lupus, and so on. So the most commonest lupus form is the systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. So many might have heard of SLE, but it is very difficult to find out in the earlier stage because the commonest symptoms, you can take it as fever, extremely fatigue, you can say. But you have fever, you cannot say for each and everything fever for SLE, you cannot tell it like that. Okay, so today I'll be talking to you something about SLE as it is World Lupus Day. So what is SLE? SLE is the commonest connective tissue disorder. It affects the women more than the men. It doesn't mean that it does not affect men, it affects women as well as men, but the ratio of women is to men is 9:1. So many of the textbooks says it is 9:1. And also you can see commonly the connective tissue disorder is more common in women. It doesn't mean that men doesn't have. So in case of SLE, women has a ratio of 9:1. And it is actually during the reproductive age of their life. Most of the researchers and the experience says that the postmenopausal woman doesn't have SLE. But rarely it can have, but why it is? Because it is told to be that the reproductive age of life of the woman is the time period where the SLE can occur. And if it happens in men, there is a ratio of 9:1. So if it happens in men, it is a poor diagnosis. It is going to be very devastating. And what happens in children? If it can be in children or not. Children also can have lupus erythematosus. Children is having actually, there is an 100% of renal involvement. The kidney is involved 100%. It's something known as lupus nephritis. Okay. So SLE is commonly seen in women, 9:1 ratio during the reproductive life of their age group, the age group of the reproductive life. So, and what is the reason actually? It is actually told to be the reason that it is because the reproductive life, the women, it is driven by the hormone estrogen. That's why it is more common in women in the reproductive age of life. Areas where it is commonly involved is skin and joint. Skin and joint. So skin manifestation is more common, joint manifestation is more common. So we can see arthritis as more common. Also you can see vasculitis, you can see arthritis, you can see glomerulonephritis. It can involve any organs. So it's a disease of 1,000 faces. So we cannot diagnose it very easily. There are different tests to diagnose. We have ANA antibodies, anti-nuclear antibodies, anti-DS, DNA we have, anti-Smith. So there are different tests to diagnose. So but when a patient comes with fever or extreme fatigue, we cannot directly go and test all those things. So it is difficult to find out. If it is better if you find out earlier, it is a diagnosis can be made earlier, means it is nice to treat. But there is no cure for SLE. There are many drugs to prevent the further complications or further symptoms you can control. You can control the symptoms by giving, there are many drugs like steroids, methylprednisolone IV, cyclophosphamide, methotrexate, the many drugs. Depends on the scenario, depends on the condition of the patient, mild, moderate or severe symptoms. Depends on that, it can be given. It's based on the criteria. There are different criteria based on the systemic lupus international classification criteria, SLICC criteria. So based on that, the treatment mode can be done. So actually, what is the risk factors of this disease? The risk factors mainly it is genetic risk factor. Genetical predisposition is more common. Second one is environmental factors. So environmental factors like smoking, Epstein-Barr virus, the OCPs, oral contraceptives, HRTs, okay, hormone replacement therapy. These are some of the environmental factors. But genetic factors mainly it is due to the complement deficiency. So what happens here actually is that there is a immune dysregulation happening. There is a dysregulation in the immune system. There is a defective in the apoptosis. There is defective in the phagocytosis. Okay, so apoptosis defective, or you can say the defect in the apoptic deposit of apoptic debris. There are deposit of apoptic debris. There's a defect in the apoptosis. There's a defect in the phagocytosis. So there is a immune complexes depositing in the vessel wall or in the joints or in the glomeruli in the kidney. So it can lead to vasculitis, arthritis, glomerulonephritis, etc. So there are risk factors, and the pathogenesis most commonly due to the defect in the apoptosis. So the innate immunity is activated. So these are things that happens here. So the symbol is butterfly, but it is a disease. The SLE is considered to be the disease of 1,000 faces. It's very difficult to understand because the vague symptoms can be there. So in a reproductive age life, if there is no if you cannot find out, a woman is coming to you, you cannot find out the with the history, the attributing to any other diseases or any things, you have to in your mind to rule out the SLE. So SLE is not common in postmenopausal. It can be common in the reproductive age life. So SLE is the commonest type of lupus disease what we come across in the connective tissue disorders. So that's why World Lupus Day, to know about World Lupus Day is important. It is coming on May 10. That is today. There are a lot of things to tell about SLE. It's not a 5 or 10 minutes thing. Each and everything can be taken as half an hour or 45 minutes, like pathogenesis, the risk factors, diagnosis, the investigations. Treatment wise, I told you there is no proper treatment for SLE. There is no cure for SLE, but treatment is there. There are many drugs to control the different manifestations, skin manifestations, the joint manifestations like arthritis, glomerulonephritis, everything had to be controlled. So the ANA, the antinuclear antibodies, there are many types of those antibodies. ANAs are the antinuclear antibodies, is the one which used to do as an early investigation. After that, following that only we do anti-DS DNA and anti-Smith most commonly. So based on the criteria SLICC, we can give the treatment.